there, my name's Jeff Solberg and I'm 56 years old. I was involved in an industrial accident in 2016 where my glove was caught in a piece of rotating equipment which resulted in 3-finger amputation, partial hand, a lot of extensive damage to my forearm, wrist, and hand. I have been thinking about challenges a lot lately and probably need to throw this disclaimer out right up front that by no means am I comparing myself to anybody else and my challenge or adaptation. I am just bringing out the discussion on my personal challenges in life and how they affect me and my everyday living, the things that I have to deal with. You know, some people look at me as only missing a couple of fingers, and I am only missing a couple of fingers, but a lot of times you don't realize what all those fingers do every day. And then other people will look at me and go, whoa, I don't know what I'd do missing fingers like you. Everything's different. On the lighthearted side of things, I have 2 prosthetics. One is myoelectric and the other is mechanical. And I jokingly will say that I am not challenged. I have 4 hands that everyone else only has 2. And that isn't always true. You know, I battle within my head a lot of times on what I can do and what I can't do, and I do a lot. The people that follow me are amazed at what I do and how I compete and stay active, you know. But then take a minute and show you my hands, the challenges that I have within those hands. So all my life I was kind of mixed on hand use. I've always written and eaten with my left hand, but most everything else I did right-handed. And so since my accident, some things come a little easier and some things don't. If you take and look at my hand, that's as far open as I can get my fingers, and I have very limited range of motion within my wrist. So to just grab stuff becomes a challenge at times. For me to just take and reach over like any normal person, and I can't open my hand enough at this point in time to grab this glass efficiently, but you know, I can take and position it with my other hand. It's not comfortable, and open it up, drink the H2O, and close it up. So it doesn't hurt if I use this hand. So human nature wise, a lot of times we go to the easy stuff. So most of the time I will drink nowadays with my left hand. You know, if I'm trying to stretch things out, I might try the right hand, but I choose to do my stretches and stuff a lot of times in other ways. So here's one of my hands. This is the mechanical one. It's manufactured by Point Design, and they say 100 pounds per finger it lifts with, or is capable of. If I could get more opening in my thumb, it would make things easier, but I can grab things. It helps a little bit. I'm working with Point Design, and we are seeing what all we can do, how we can improve this one over time, make it a little more convenient and stuff. This hand here is my iDigits hand. Touch Bionics makes it myoelectric, and it works off batteries and sensors and turns me into a cyborg. And mechanical issue here. One of the downfalls to the myoelectric is batteries, and having a battery malfunction. As you can see, I can control it. Again, it takes me a little bit of work to grab stuff, and as any amputee that has prosthetics can contest, the one thing you don't have with any of your prosthetics are touch sensations. So right now this is very uncomfortable as to my grip, because I just barely hold them with my pinky and thumb. Um, I, it appears I got a pretty good grip with the iDigit fingers, but there is the fear in the back of my head that I could drop this at any point in time. And also, because it works off of muscle sensors and stuff, I have to really work on activating and deactivating the muscles to open my fingers. I move my pinky sideways, and to close I am pinching these two fingers together. One of the things that I have learned through my journey of this amputation is the fact of how muscles work, react in different planes. Positions. I can do a lot of things in certain positions and very little in other positions. Make a little room here. And I'll show you a few things. Working things. Just deadlifting, barehanded. There's only 95 pounds here, but I have been able to go up to around 225 pounds unassisted. Again, for deadlift, I have what's called a hauling hook here, and when I attach it, I am over 325 pounds in my deadlift. But then you take and change things up, move things here. And I get up in this position, and if I turn around here. If I try and wrap my right hand around the bar to do just a pull-up, I lose a lot of strength and focus, as in my brain circuit. They're focusing on the grip that I don't have in my right hand. Yet, if I take and relax there for a second, then get back up and dead hang without the grip around the bar, I have a lot more strength. And that works with everything. Everything that I do. You know, for 53 years, I did the majority of things right-handed. And this is the medical device, my vibrator, they use for massaging. Um, I can pick it up with my right hand, but it's got a grip on there and no fingers to pull the trigger. So, like if I'm working around the house with a drill or something, a lot of times out of habit, I will pick it up. And about the time I get it here, I go, okay, now what are you going to do? You don't have a finger to pull the trigger. Oh, hold on. We got to regroup here. Change hands and put it in the other hand. Since my accident, I call it my tool bag, my gym bag, and working out is a very high priority in my life. Like I showed you a few minutes ago, that's as far as I can open my hand at this point in time. I had 6 surgeries, and initially when I went in the day of the accident, they put 10 pins, a plate, and half a dozen screws in my hand and wrist to put everything back where the doctor felt was the best position. And for 12 weeks, that's what it was. So I can open my hand that far. I can close to that. And, you know, one of the hardest things for me to do stress-wise is folding clothes, because how many activities do you do that you're using just your thumb and pinky? But then I find a mental release when I go to the gym, because a lot of things are around the diameter where I have the most strength in my hand and such. I take and use this lifting strap to pin my hand to the bar, at which time I take and lift it, and I'm not warmed up. This is a cold day in a garage, and more than likely things won't be too pretty. But through life, you gotta keep pushing on, you know. So I work my hand as much as possible, because the demon in my head is, over time, that I will possibly lose the range of motion. I don't have arthritis anywhere else in my body but within this hand, and it's all a result from the accident, the surgeries, all the scar tissue, limited range of motion. So I, for my own peace of mind, have to continually work things. And it's been noted by people, even if I'm just sitting, I am continually massaging my hand to try and make it feel better. I kid you not, my hand hurts 24/7. And so, by choice, I do not take prescription drugs. I try and limit things to natural, working out, getting my heart beat up there, the blood flow, the endorphins, the adrenaline, after a workout make me feel the best. But I do get a lot of comfort from just massaging my hand at times. Again, the whole reason for this video is just to get out what my challenge is. I have many friends through the adaptive community, missing arms, legs, and wheelchairs and stuff, and some of them you look at and they have all 10 fingers, but because of the result of their accident or surgery or something, they, like me, deal with atrophy and conditions of that sort that limit the use of their hands or their feet. So, in closing, I ask that don't judge people by appearance. Take and get to know the person and what they're about. Help your friend out. Ironically, I have business, a website to help build the adaptive community, and a little pun in the fact that the name of it is Jeff Giving a Hand, in the fact that I gave part of my hand and now I'm giving back to the community. And Shaka Khan.